On today's episode of Local to Global 1992, we begin booking a television show. I know, it's crazy. Welcome back. My name is Anders. This is Spike Piledriver Wrestling. We're using Total Extreme Wrestling 9 and trying to go from local all the way to global, or in game speak, insignificant all the way to Titanic. We're currently tiny, on the verge of getting bigger, as you would expect. At the end of the last episode, hopefully if you were watching it, check out the playlist if you haven't. But spoilers, we got to a position where we have now got a broadcasting deal. So our next shows are going to be broadcast. So that is, we're on US syndication, small, for both our TV show, which is Unleashed, and our events, which will happen every every Saturday. Is that right? Hang on, we've changed the schedule now. No, we've moved it to Sundays. We've moved all of our events to Sundays. Our TV show will be happening on a Friday. So, what was Unleashed, wherever it's gone here, which was the Tri-State show, that's been canned now. We ran it for a while, a whole year, I think. I think we got 12 done. But we've done those now. We're now back into just doing the single show every month from the Southeast. But we're also taping a TV show twice each time we tape. So the first taping at the beginning of March 1995, we'll have 2 episodes taped. Then on the 5th of March, we'll do Full Throttle. And then in a couple of weeks, we'll do 2 more TV, and then 2 more TV, and like that, and see if we can do it that way. So what we're going to do is we're going to basically put everyone who's not booked on TV, we're going to give them the night off, so no one gets too unhappy with us. We also haven't got an announcer yet, because we're trying to sign Scott Hudson, but we left it ridiculously late the day before, because I left it until March before making the decision to go for a TV show. So we're going to have to try and maybe see if we can bring him in from the local worker pool for the night. I'm not sure if that's going to work. And then stick him as an announcer and hopefully have some sort of announcing happen. If not, we may struggle. But that's what we are looking forward to doing now. So we've booked TV. No, that's the wrong one. Pre-booking. I've booked for Unleashed, wherever it's gone. There. I put 1s and 2s next to everyone. I haven't, obviously, as you can see here, booked anything for Full Throttle yet, because I left it until we decided whether we were going to go to TV or not before booking anything. So I need to actually do that off camera. But we'll get there. We've got 1s and 2s for the first show and the second show, if that makes sense, which hopefully it does, because then just numbers. So anything with a 1 against it, I'll book on the first night. It's basically me make sure I don't cock up my booking, because I'm used to doing that. So there we go. Right, let's just crack on and do this and see if it makes a massive mistake and uses all of our money. We'll find out. I'm not sure. I've not even changed. The ticket sales will be normal, I think, for TV. Or no, maybe the setting is for everything. I can't remember. Either way, we'll do some TV taping tonight. So I've got a list here of everyone I booked, so I can give people the nights off. So I'm going to do it by memory, though. So I'm going to give you the night off. Yes. I'm not. Angus King is in the tournament, if you've not realised. So he's. Yeah, we need to make sure we don't give Dave Hebner the night off, because we need him. Yeah, you're being booked. You're being booked. Leave you there. Hopefully by the end of this, I've got 9 people left on the roster. I can't go back, though, once I've pressed it, so I need to make sure I don't accidentally give someone the night off who shouldn't have it. This is riveting content, I'm sure you will agree. So our tag champions, the Eliminators, our heavyweight champion, RVD, are not booked on our first TV. I'm hoping I've not missed someone here. So Stevie Ray, right, you... Yeah, there's a couple more. I think. I'm hoping that's everyone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We did it! I did the right button. Oh, that was dangerous. This is why I don't give people the night off. Right, close. Yep, you won't be able to change your mind. No. Okay. For tonight's TV taping, we're expecting 97 fans in attendance, which is obviously lower than general events, but we'll go for a generic venue anyway, because we've not done it yet. Booking team-wise, I've given everyone the night off, apart from Joe Kazana and Dave Hebner, so we still get some booking, but we've got some creative ideas we need to use. which we'll add to by getting another creative finish. But I'm not going to use them tonight. I don't know. That's a near certainty. Maybe we'll use that one. Right. Locker room incidents. No Mustang Mike. Who on earth is Mustang Mike? He looks dodgy. You can hang out backstage, though. Johnny Grunge, even though nobody's here, still not doing stuff. Yes, wonderful. I'm now travel buddies with Mustang Mike. I don't know who he is. Think he looks dodgy, but there we go. The advantage of having nobody backstage is there's not any incidents. We're not going to address the locker room, because what on earth would we do that for? Right. Okay, local worker. Where's Scott Hudson? Can I actually get Scott Hudson? I can't get Scott Hudson. That's going to be a terrible, terrible situation if I can't get him. Why? Why can't I get Scott Hudson? Where is he? He's not on the list. He should be on the list. Right. Who on this list can do announcing? Where is play-by-play? 50. Can anyone do 50? Ron Niemi. Niemi? You look like you're going to be the best bet. Okay, Will. No, that's not the right button. Local worker. Can I hire you? Why can't I hire? Where's the button to hire you? Negotiate. 140. No, 120. Can we do that? No, 140 is what you want. 130. Can we do that? No, 140 is what you want. Okay. I mean, we're gonna put him as play-by-play commentator. So, yeah. Okay. Needs must, I'm afraid. So, if we go through to how do we set our announcers for tonight? Announcers. Where is it? Where is the button? Where is the book commentary? There we go. Only play-by-play and colour commentators. Yep, you. What about everyone? Who else is? No one else is here, so I can't do that. Right. Oh no, wrong button. Ron Niemi, whoever you are, you're going to be announcing for tonight. So good luck. I think pre-booking. Let's go. Right. Remember, main event goes on last. So we need the main event, which is going to be the Night Stalker, I think. So we're going to add that to the booking sheet. Yes, Night Stalker's match, which is somewhere. There's numbers and I can't see them. I can't see where things are because of numbers being added. Right, we'll do that one. Then we will go to the Jokerzana, because obviously Jokerzana's involved in this. Yeah, I'm hoping, if my maths is correct, this will get us all the way to the full show, 60 minutes. Yeah, what is the booking analysis? Yeah, that's not necessary. No announcers assigned for the matches, but we set everything to have an announcer. Okay, right, so we need to go back in and set announcer. No, that's not a match. That's not a match. That's a match. Staff. Announcers, Ron Niemi. Book. Yes, okay. So because I need to remember to do that on show 2 as well, clearly. Right, and then you also having him as the announcer. Right, anything else? Just a load of pre-booking for night 2, which not happened yet, and slightly overused. Okay, that's great. Right, I'm not sure how on earth this is going to work. Whether not having our main draws in matches is useful or not. But we try it out for the first 2 weeks of TV, and if it fails, we'll try something different for weeks 3 and 4. Simple. Unleashed, number 1. Let's go. It's being held. Oh, the attendance hasn't been announced yet because we've got a second show. Tommy Dreamer, Man of the People, announces 8-man TV title tournament starting tonight. Thank you, Tommy. Man of the People. 55. Strong start. Excellent. I'm not sure how ratings are going to be affected either because we're being broadcast across the whole country. Angus King and Brett Colt in the showcase tag match of the other 2 quarterfinals defeat Tommy Dreamer and Johnny Grunge. King with a chokeslam gets the victory. Good performances from Colt and King. Tommy and Grunge don't put in good performances and don't have good chemistry either. But 37, that's okay, I think. I think that's okay. That's fine. Move on. Angus King talks about how his tag team victory means he's going to win the next match against Johnny Grunge later on tonight, but airing next week, and advance to the semi-finals. 54. Very hot. Liking it so far. Joe Kazana, everyone's favourite in the comments, gets victory over Chris Candido by submission. I'm going to do a call out here. I need you to name Joe Kazana's finisher. It could be a submission, it could be a move. If he's going to keep winning, he needs to have some sort of finishing move. So there you go. That's your challenge in the comments. He puts in a 38, though. Strong performance over Candido. Gets a 37 match rating. And he advances in the TV title tournament, which I'm not showing the brackets of yet. But you kind of get the gist with the matches that are happening, because only the 8-man involved are in the tournament, are on the show. So you get the idea. Then, our next match, the main event, the Night Stalker defeats Eddie Golden with a 42 with a bicycle kick. That's Wrath, if you're wondering, or Brian Clark, who's the Night Stalker. He puts in a debut performance of a 44, which is pretty good. TV title tournament match once again. Victory, 42, 12 minutes. Excellent. Advances, and afterwards he puts a 55 to close the show. He's excellent. He made an impressive debut and shouts about how he will be the first ever TV champion by winning the tournament. And that's the end of the show. It gets a 45. Popularity increases in 11 regions. I know what I'm doing. Clearly know what I'm doing. Yeah. Okay, let's go. Locker room incidents before night 2? No, just some arguments. There's only 8 people here, and you're still arguing. We will need to do some more. Everyone's absent because I've given them all the night off, isn't it? Yes, that's right. That's correct. Apart from Christopher Daniels, who's in the UK on tour. I'm impressed. That's getting as good a rating as the Unleashed show in the Tri-State was. Yes, excellent. Right, King is the for the main event angle. Then we're gonna have him against Johnny Grunge in the main event with Ron Niemi as commentator, and I'm gonna give this one a creative finish to try and see if we can help boost the rating because it's the main event. Hopefully that does what it needs to do. Then we'll have here this one. Tommy Dreamer against Brett Colt as the other quarterfinal match, and then we will get our showcase tag match, which has the matches we've already seen. As I need to add the commentator in again, don't I, for those 2 matches? Yes, I do, Anders. Yes, I do. Make sure next time around we'll actually have an announcer on the roster, so we won't have to do that. We've not advanced any storylines. Okay, sorry. What do you want me to do here? Right, I'll just advance the storyline. Advance which storyline? That's the question. We'll just advance the tag titles one. Why not? I mean, I'm kind of not paying attention. Green! It's green! Green button. Green button. Let's go. We've put everything in the right order, I think. Let's go for it. Right, there's 98 people in attendance. Not sure how that's going to do financially, but there we go. Night Stalker and Chris Candido get the victory. So Night Stalker continues his nice little winning streak over Kazana and Eddie Golden. Kazana off his game. The meltdown on Eddie Golden gets the victory for the Night Stalker, though. And it's a 30. Not as good as some of the matches the previous taping, but still pretty good. Crowd hot and rising. Night Stalker taking part in that. Okay, sorry. I mean, he did it last night, fine. After winning, he attacks his semi-final opponent, Joe Kazana, and leaves his mark on him. A 49. I'm quite liking the Night Stalker so far, or Brian Clark. He seems to be putting in some decent ratings. Next up, we've got Tommy Dreamer beating Brett Colt in 16 minutes to advance to the semi-finals. A nice, solid victory. Gets a 40. Both men putting in solid performances. Brett Colt, obviously, doing well as well. And we kind of floundered for the last year, but disappointed by his loss. He can't wait for Kit Montana to return because it's coming soon. I think it's like next month. And the tag team run can kickstart again. Obviously, they just won the tag titles when Montana got his concussion. So we'll see how that works out. Angus King in the main. How is that a failure? It was a near certainty. This is going to put a dampener on the ratings, I think. Angus King defeats Johnny Grunge in the main event. Gets the 34. I should have put this one on earlier. Never mind. Well, hindsight, obviously, I should have done. And after the match, he wasn't lying. He's advancing to the semi-finals and promises to take the TV title home with him. Gets the 49, but that's not going to do enough. 36, though, still enough to hopefully increase our popularity in 11 regions. Finance-wise, it's taken a big hit, but we should be okay, I think. Worker costs, I don't know how that's worked out, because obviously we'll see how that worked out. But show costs, you've got to remember we've increased a lot of production here, so it's going to cost more. I'm hoping in the long run this is a sensible decision and not going to completely financially inflict pain on us. We'll see. Popularity recap though, everything has gone up. Southeast hasn't, but it's 25. Everywhere else has gone up nicely. I'm hoping after 4 or 5 episodes of TV a month, we can still boost the rest up. But that's going to help with our marketing and sponsorship and everything. So, long game. That's what I'm doing here. The long game. Okay. Let's see how we go on. Right, we've got 2 days. Oh no, 1 day really before our first event. It's broadcast though. It's not just. It's the first broadcast non-TV show. It's technically still a TV show. Scott Hudson. Yes, you can come in and be our announcer. In fact, let's do that before we do anything else. Whilst we're still here, Scott Hudson, you are saved. You are an announcer now, and you can do the same on TV because yes, that's what you're there for. Right, we've got announcers. That's okay. Killer Kyle's contract's ending, but obviously he's also broken his neck, so we're not going to renew him. Viewing figures, we got a 0.01 TV rating. 6,000 people watched our TV show last night. Well done us. I don't know if that's good or bad, but it is what it is. 25 still in the southeast, obviously. I'm not sure. I'm hoping that this doesn't slow down our improvements in the southeast, because we were on a good track to get to small in the next year. But everywhere else is boosted up nicely. So, good for us. Let's see. Finance-wise, yeah, it's going to be a hard month, I think. Finance, we should get a load of sponsorships, should get a load of merchandise sales as well. So, fingers crossed. We shall see. Right, once again, we'll skip forward now until the next day, which is Full Throttle. And then in 2 weeks' time, we'll have more TV tapings. Alright then, time for Full Throttle. And we've got a Fatal 4-Way for our main event tonight. But let's go into it. So I think, just before we do go into it, if we look at our schedule, we're going to have 4 shows this month, which is going to be painful financially. But it'll be just 3 shows for April and then 3 again for May. And then in June, it's just 1 because the TV contract ends. So we'll see how we get on. If it proves to be too much of a financial issue, we will end it after 3 months. But before then, we'll have a look. We've got, obviously, quite a few shows to get through before that becomes an issue. And obviously, we'll have the financial view at the end of the month after we've done the next two sets of TV tapings? Yeah, 2 sets of TV tapings. Right, we're not going to give anyone the night off for tonight. And we're going to be back up to our expected 327 in attendance for our events. We'll go with a generic venue once again. Broadcaster-wise, obviously, we'll be using the US syndication for this because, well, we've got it, so we might as well. Minimum quality has to be 29, but we're at home, so we should be in a good position now. We'll go through the booking in a second. We've got 69 nice left. We do have a character idea that we haven't used yet that we probably have to do something with in a second. We're not going to use anything from the booking team now. Locker room incidents. Dean Malenko does some training. Chris Candido's got a creative finish. Don't know whether we're going to have a chance to use that. He will be obviously on the TV show. RVD's got an angle idea. Good, I've got an RVD angle I can use tonight, so that's excellent. Not going to do anything there. Right, last year, Full Throttle got a 49. The year before, a 40, and before that, a 42. So the bar is set quite low. Obviously, we've got to consider the fact that we're now being broadcast across the country as to whether we can have better ratings than that. So, ignore what you can see on screen right now, because that will spoil what happens on the show. As is usually the case, but you know that by now. It's okay. We'll hopefully not completely run out of time. Right, we'll use the creative angle idea here. It's very risky for RVD, but he wants to use it, so we'll use it. Drop it in. We've got 73 there. Booking-wise, we need a storytelling match. I forgot about that. Drop this one as a storytelling match just because we need to fulfill that box, and the start show button is green. That is because we now have commentator Scott Hudson. So he will be doing the commentary. He's on his own so far, but, you know, we'll go see how it works. Just the 3 matches. We've got a 4-way for the title, tag title match, and a tag #1 contenders match, all happening tonight. And then we'll be going back to TV tapings again soon. So we've got a television champion to crown. Who knows whether this is actually going to be a good show or not. You may see that we're hitting the reset button ever so slightly now we're on national TV. So we'll see. Right, Robbie V didn't do well without a script, and his angle idea was a failure. So that got the show off to a Strong start. Heavyweight champion welcomes us to the now televised new era. RVD, or Robbie V, sorry, is the SPW champion and is a fighting champion, and he'll be putting the title on the line tonight against the top 3 challengers. Little bit of a poor start, gets a 37, never mind. 333 in attendance though, all the 3s, not too bad here in the southeast. We'll move on. Opening contest gets a 45 though, as the Texas Outlaws, that's Shanghai Pierce and Tex Slazenger, get the victory over the slightly fallen Legion of Death. Tommy Angel being succumbed to a outlaw drop. We get everyone in the nice mid-40s for their in-ring performance. Gets a good 45 rating overall. That segment had the creative finish for Shanghai Pierce. It's been sat in the back burner for a little while. And they got their tag team specialist bonus as well, which is nice. Kept us up. It was a nice pullback from the RVD segment to begin the show. But overall, this is all going to be good anyway. I mean, the highest, remember, it's all about being better than our popularity in any region, and our highest region is 25. So this is very, very strong. Moving on to our tag team title match, and as I mentioned, the reset button is being hit, and the Ebony Experience are now, I think, 3-time tag team champions, getting the victory over the Eliminators. The Towering Inferno putting John Cronus away. A 49 rating. I've not really done anything with Harlem Heat since they last lost the titles. But the tag team division is always in flux because everyone always gets injured and tag teams leave and all sorts of curses that are going on. But we've got renew tag team champions. Either way, that's what's happened. Yes. Booker and Stevie now champions again. Everyone got their chemistry and tag team specialist bonuses, which is all good. 49, good solid rating. Hopefully we'll get the tag team division revitalised again now. And in our main event, deserve better colour commentary. That's a note we've not seen before. Jeff Jarrett gets the victory with a figure 4 leg lock over Dean Malenko, not Robbie V, to become the new heavyweight champion. Malenko puts in a 74 and is head and shoulders above everyone else. Jarrett and RVD in the 50s, Raven down in 48, which is a little bit disappointing. Still got his hot new move though, but overall it gets a 64 for our main event, which is pretty good. It's not exceptional, but it's very, very good. Up there with some of our best. In fact, I need to check. Is it up there with our best? I've got in my head low 70s as our best, but is it low 60s? Need to double check. Jarrett, however, is now a 3-time heavyweight champion, and he lets the fans know it at ringside. Well done, Jeff. 54 angle there. That ends the show with a 60 rating, which is the best full throttle in our 4-year history, and also it increases our popularity in 11 regions. Let's have a look at how it does that in a second. Injury review, nothing to report. Finance report, made a loss on the show of 1,000. Ticket sales covering nearly the show costs. Merchandise eating away at the worker costs. Ish. And next, at the end of the month, hopefully, all that sponsorship money is going to come in and we're going to have some merchandise costs. If we break even, that would be fantastic. We won't, probably we'll lose money. But let's see. The Southeast gets up to a 26. Everywhere else is still yellow, so it still benefits from the show, but doesn't quite bump up a little bit. I think these are new from last time. Quebec, Ontario, and then Northeast and Noroccidente in Mexico are up to 3, which I didn't think was there last time, but there we go. Excellent. That's a good show. A 60 is a really strong showing, and I'm hoping, really hoping, that by having strong showings like that every month alongside the TV tapings, we can start getting, I don't know what this is about, but we can start getting our popularity up around the whole country. But we'll see. Viewing figures, 6,500, 6,648 viewed that one on whatever the thing's called. What is it called? What is it even called? The network we're on. Why can't I think? Syndication. That's the word I'm looking for. Okay, that's good. Right, let's just quickly look. Matches. It is low 70s, not low 60s. I had a thought for a second there that 64 was one of our best matches, but it's not. It's just outside the top 10. It's 11th. Need to get 74. I've got 60s and 70s mixed up. All 6s and 7s I am. Right, let's have a look again. Right, Jeff Jarrett, 3-time champion. He's only been out of the title, or out of the top position in the company for 58 days. But now he's back on top. And then the tag champs, after a 92-day reign for the Eliminators, are back to being Booker T and Stevie Ray, 4-time champions now. And obviously our television title, which I'm not sure whether I showed you earlier or not, got a new title. It's bronze. Because it's look, gold, silver, bronze. You can see, right? Anyway, got a white strap as well, so it looks pretty cool. Looks a little bit, so like a creamy white strap anyway. Not quite as nice as the other two titles, but that's the point, I guess. I've got a lion in the middle, because why not? Right, we've got 2 weeks, or just less than 2 weeks, until our next TV taping. I don't know what we're going to do. Oh, I do know what we're going to do there. We've got the Turtle Tournament. The title tournament. So Joe Kazana, Night Stalker, Angus King, and Tommy Dreamer. Need to get my teeth back in. Are the semi-finals, and then we'll have the final as well at that TV taping. So episode 3 will be the semi-finals. Episode 4 will be the final, and we'll have a new television champion crowned ahead of our next event, Legacy, which is in 4 weeks. If we look at the finance, we need to end the month. If we end the month above 20k, I'll be both surprised and happy. But it's all about this sponsorship money coming in. We've got a couple of weeks now for it to build up, so hopefully that'll help. But show costs, I think the show costs. I actually don't think we're going to end up anywhere near profit this month. So yeah, as long as we don't lose 20k a month, that'd be great. Right, we'll be back for the next set of TV tapings. I've got no idea how long this episode's going to last and when we're going to go for it. It might just be a March and a bit of April. We'll get through to... let's have a quick look at the schedule, actually. So we've got another TV show there, another TV taping there. Maybe we'll do Legacy and then... So that'll be 4 TVs, 2 events. Maybe do 5 TVs and 2 events. And then... So that'll be 10. Oh, that'll be a lot of shows. Maybe we'll just do March. We'll have to do it that way. Or maybe... It's either going to be we'll get to Legacy or we'll get to just before Legacy. You'll find out because I'll have recorded it by then and you'll have seen what's happening. Right, let's go. Okay then, so in an effort to make sure this episode doesn't last like 4 hours, I've already booked the first show of the next set of TV tapings. So we're going to go through these and then we'll book show number 2. Again, we've had everyone who's not involved in the taping sent home, so they don't have to get to the venue and don't have to worry about anyone's morale being low. But we're going to finally crown... I say finally. We're going to crown a TV champion in these 2 episodes as well. So we get the semi-finals tonight, and we've also got a tag team challenge as well. So we start the show in the Southeast. Again, generic venue, with the Ebony Experience being proud tag team champions and ready to line up against their latest challengers, the Texas Outlaws. So we've got 2 singles matches set over the next 2 weeks of Unleashed, with the title match between the 2 teams set for Legacy. Here, Booker and Stevie are explaining all of that, and they've enjoyed going off script. Nice start to the show at 49, gets the crowd hot and rising. Strong start, easy for me to say. We move on to that first tag team match, but it gets a 52, which is very, very good, actually. Booker beats Tex Slazenger with a missile dropkick in 14 or 13 minutes. Both men putting in strong in-ring performances, 49 and 48. This gives me hope that the tag title match will be as good, because I reckon both of their tag team partners are just as good as these pair right now, so that's good. 52 for the opener. Probably sets the bar really high for the rest of the show. Speaking of, Tommy Dreamer, poor when trying to improvise his dialogue, but man of the people wants to become TV champion of the people. Angus King is his next hurdle to overcome. 34 for that, and it leads into a match which is still quite good, actually. 45, not quite the level of the tag team challenge match from first off, but the title tournament semi-final advances with Angus King getting the victory in 12:44 with the chokeslam. Both men 40s, low 40s for their in-ring performance, 45 for the overall segment rating. Excellent stuff, and hopefully our main event will just be able to top that as well, but it can't. So that's a letdown, a real letdown. Joe Kazana defeats the Night Stalker with a fast roll-up. I should have had this one earlier in the show. I really made a mistake there. I thought cult favourite Joe Kazana could get the job done. He's going to end up main eventing 2 TV tapings in one night, and it's not going to go great. A 32 for the segment is a letdown, but we shouldn't have had Night Stalker being called in the ring, apparently. Not able to pull it off. Looks a bit lost. Closing the show, though, both men who have made the final, Angus King and Joe Kazana, stare each other down. King towers over Kazana as our final is set. for next week. Gets a 40 to close the show. Overall, the 35 is disappointing when you see the 2 matches that came before our main event, but that's okay. Should have increased our popularity in 10 regions. We'll go through no locker room incidents on night 1, none on night 2 either. We'll drop in all of the pre-booked matches and angles for this one, with our main event once again being probably a letdown, but we shall see. No, that one is before. So what we'll do is we'll put in this one in next, the Stevie Ray Shanghai Pierce match, and then we'll have the losing semi-finalists face each other in the opener, even though I'm not sure that is the reason why the first show tanked. Pretty like we need to have a storytelling match, don't we? Right, that one needs to be a storytelling match again. Storytelling and script it, because apparently Night Stalker can't be called in the ring. Right, with green light, we are go for show number 2, the 4th episode of Unleashed. Night Stalker gets a 57 in his opening show promo. Despite the loss last week, he's looking up towards bigger and better prizes. TV title might not be his, but he'll destroy Tommy Dreamer tonight and be on the lookout for the heavyweight gold instead. 57 opens the show in a nice way, and the match itself gets a 44. Night Stalker drops a 45. Dreamer with a 36. It's not quite up there, but still pretty good. Meltdown gets the job done. 44. Good solid opener, crowd white hot. 100 people in attendance, by the way. Shanghai Pierce is then on the lookout for revenge against Stevie Ray, Texas Outlaw style, after Tex Slazenger lost to Booker T last week, or earlier in the night if you are watching live. 41 is good, and the match itself is 45. Again, our main event is going to be the downfall, isn't it? Shanghai Pierce gets the job done with a pump handle slam to defeat Stevie Ray and make it 1-1 heading into the tag title match. We go to the main event, and a 42 is not as bad. Actually, Joe Kazana is going stale, but Angus King defeats cult favourite Joe Kazana with a chokeslam to become the first ever television champion. Both men put in solid performances. Creative finish was a success. A 42 is not that bad, really. After the match, Angus King is handed the brand new shiny bronze television championship and raises it high as the inaugural champion. Who can stop this man? He is unleashed. 47. Show rating gets a 44, which is excellent, and we'll go in finance-wise. Gonna lose us money. Popularity-wise, bumps us up nicely. The Southeast doesn't quite get a rating increase, apparently, which is a shame, but everywhere else does. Mid-Atlantic and Mid-South go to 11. We'll continue this TV experiment, obviously, for the next 2 months, and we'll see how we go. Right, we'll have a quick look at what our TV rating was for Week 2 and Week 3, and see how it compares to Week 1, and then we'll be back for the next set of TV tapings, which will be the very end of March, and then we'll probably get Legacy done before we go at the end of the episode. I might change to running 4 TV tapings in a row, but we shall see. Taped show got 5,466. The live one, 6,142, which I think nicely compares with week number 1, but we'll have a look. TV ratings there. It doesn't show us the overall viewers. There we go, that one. That's the one we want. So Full Throttle was highest. Number 3 gets higher than number 1, which is good. Everything's progressing nicely. Right, we'll be back in 2 weeks' time in game for next set of TV tapings. I might change it to 4 at a time rather than 2. So we'll just fly through them that way. And then we'll have Legacy in a couple of weeks. Right, be right back. Alright then, we are back for TV taping number 5, or the third bank of TV taping of the month. This has been a very expensive month. Right, we've got the first show lined up. We're in a generic venue, as you'd expect. We'll get through the 4 episodes of TV, and we'll get to the end of the month. It's the end of March still. It's been a long month. Right, let's go. Hopefully I've got those in the right order. We'll start the night with the Hardy Brothers getting a victory over the Texas Mustangs. So that's Bobby Duncombe Jr. and Justin Hawk, who are still both rusty. But we got the show off to a strong start. A 26 rating is not a bad effort at all, especially with that crowd rating of 8. But the Hardys get the victory and both put in a solid performance. 28-29, not too bad. Obviously, the Mustangs' performance is a little bit lower because they aren't as good, aren't as over, and they are rusty, rather. So, 26, not a bad start to the show. Hardys then have a promo afterwards. Matt Hardy struggled a little bit going off script. Jeff enjoyed it, worked the crowd well, got a 33. After their victory, the young Hardy brothers, Matt and Jeff, thank the fans for their support and are looking forward to keep making waves. in the tag team division. I think that doesn't make sense, does it? They're going to keep winning, basically, and try and get themselves towards the tag titles as we go through. They'll be on this taping quite a bit tonight. Next up, Tommy Dreamer defeats Flex Lavender in 12 minutes. Gets a 38, not too bad. Dreamer drops a 40, which is pretty solid and good for him. Flex Lavender, obviously, quite new to the company. I think this is only his second match. Gets a 26. Crowd rating, again, pulls us down. But obviously, you've got to imagine it's now across the whole of the US rather than just in the southeast. So that's not too bad at all. 38 gets the victory for Tommy. Afterwards, Tommy Dreamer, man of the people, wants another chance and thinks he's earned it with this victory. He calls out Angus King to put the TV title on the line next week. He enjoyed going off script. 48 for that segment, gets the crowd up to very hot, and we go into the final angle before the final match. Television champion Angus King announces that he'll be a fighting champion and will defend the title each and every week, whether he likes it or not. 43, again, not too bad from him. Main event gets the 43 as well. Again, not amazing. I was hoping for better with the good chemistry between King and Brian Lee. But Angus King makes his first defence of the TV title in 14 minutes with his chokeslam. Good, solid outing. Gets a 43. Not amazing, but a solid end to the show. 41 for the show rating. Increased our popularity in 10 regions. And then we will go straight into our second TV taping of the night. Taping for next week. We've got 2 weeks in advance and 3 weeks in advance now. Obviously, if you didn't realise I made that change earlier in the episode, you haven't been paying attention. Right, Don Harris. There's not many people backstage because I've only invited the people who are booked. Everyone else has been given the night off. But Don Harris and Justin Hawke apparently furious with each other, butting heads backstage. Wonderful. Let's get into show number 2, and we will have to basically just go through. I've labelled everything. That's not the right sheet. I've labelled everything with a 2 for show 2, just so it's easier for me. We will have Dean Malenko. Oh no, we're gonna go with. We'll go with Angus King in the main event as well. Again against Tommy Dreamer. Hopefully that's not a poor decision. Let's put it that way. Let's hope it's not a poor decision. And we'll see if Dean Malenko can pull a good match out of Flex Lavender. And then we've got the tag titles on the line as Ebony Experience take on the Harris Brothers. And let's just double check. Yep, it's just the pre-bookings for 3 and 4 that aren't included there. So we'll roll again. 60 minutes of Unleashed kicking off right now, and this is for next week, obviously. This is for the next show in June, so we're going to tape them all. The Ebony Experience put in a cracking effort in the opener. They and the Harris Brothers always seem to do well. And again, the Harris Brothers are downed by a towering Inferno. This is their first defense for the Ebony Experience. Obviously, this will air after Legacy, which is going to happen on Sunday in-game. It's going to happen after this television taping in this video. But that potentially spoils the tag team title match, but that's what happens when we tape TV. Anyway, Ebony Experience win, make their first defense of the titles in linear time, if you watch it. Yeah, anyway, after successful title defense, the Ebony Experience are throwing their names in the hat for the TV title. Both Stevie and Booker want to be double champions, so that kind of sets the scene for the next 2 weeks of TV taping. They both enjoyed going off script and enjoyed the freedom as well. 47. Of course, this should have been the main event, but Dean Malenko puts a 62 out of Flex Lavender, gets a 75 in-ring performance. They have great chemistry, and even though Lavender tried his best to drag the match down, Dino Machino gets the victory with a 62 rating. And then afterwards, struggled to go off script a little bit. He refers to himself as a machine. He's happy to keep notching up the victories, but wants another title at the end of this road. Excellent. We go into a main event, which is not bad, but compared to the match before it, is Angus King once again defends his title, beats Tommy Dreamer in 12 minutes, and gets his second defense of the title. Both men get 39 and 38, which is not too bad at all. 42 overall. Probably should have put the Dean Malenko match on last if I was bothered about the overall rating, but I'm not. Another successful title defense. Angus King proclaims himself the king of television. Obviously, that was right there in front of us. And he welcomes his next challenger. 51 ends the show nicely. Gets a 44, which is better than the first taping, but not as good as it would have been if we'd put the Dean Malenko match on last. We'll remember that for taping number 3, or probably we might change things up. 44 overall. Again, right, locker room. It's fast and furious when you're taping 4 banks of TV. No, I don't want to cancel the show. We'll go straight in. Booking, right. Should we put Dean Malenko in the main event? I'm going to go with no, but I can't remember who. Angus. Okay. I'm going to have to go. I'm going to have to stay with form and go with that for the time being and have the TV title match headline the TV show. It's the only way. If we wanted Dean Malenko in the main event, we should have given him the TV title. But that is something I will learn, because I will probably give him the TV title at some point, because he's really, really good. Right, show number 3. Let's go. 60 minutes of Unleashed is back underway. I'm hoping everyone in attendance is enjoying this rapid-fire TV taping. Hardy's put in another great performance, this time against the Harris brothers, who helped them put in an even better match rating. Gets a 42 to start the show. The Omega event gets the victory, though. Matt Hardy getting the pin on Don Harris. Another solid victory for those young Hardy boys, and they celebrate with the fans once again. But both men, Jeff Hardy was terrible without script. Matt Hardy struggled. They'll get better, but they're building momentum and one day wish to face off against the Ebony Experience, as they are the standard bearers of tag team wrestling, particularly here on Spike Piledriver. Next up, that gets a 24, by the way, which isn't great. It isn't great, but the crowd is still white hot, so we'll take it. 55! Dean Malenko doesn't quite get as good a match out of Bobby Duncombe Jr. as he could have done, but they have great... Dean Malenko's got chemistry with everyone. Good chemistry once again. He was rusty, but it'll go away with a few more matches. Dean Malenko gets the victory, puts in a 70 to Bobby Duncombe's 17, but it gives a 55 overall. Crowd were not as interested as they were last week, or last taping, but excellent stuff from Dean Malenko. Brings the show up nicely, and then after his victory, Justin Hawk comes out and tells the former champion that he's only beat one half of the Texas Mustangs. He's going to have to face the other next week and gets a 42. Bradshaw is actually good at promos, so we'll keep that in mind. He's terrible backstage, though. I'm not sure why I brought him back. Main event, Angus King defeats Stevie Ray with a chokeslam, makes his third defense of the TV title, both tonight and overall. It gets a 40. I'm hoping that the Booker T match, which will be in week 4, will be slightly better, but a 40 is not bad for the main event. Afterwards, the celebrations are cut short. Booker T heads to the ring. He gives his brother, gave it a good shot, but he'll go one step further and win the TV title. Now, I've read a lot of comments in between taping the first part of this episode and taping this TV taping that have called for Booker T and Dean Malenko to be in the TV title picture. So, we're going to have Dean Malenko go for the TV title next TV tapings, I believe, but Booker T will be in the next match, next show. Final, show number 4. Taping number 8 overall for Unleashed. This is 3 weeks in advance, so the views will be down. Dave Hebner and Jeff Hardy butting heads backstage. We'll move on from that. Let's go into the final taping of the TV. Right, who's next? That's what I want to know. Who is next? We'll drop that in last. Drop that one there. We're going to have to sorry, Dean, you're going to have to be the co-main event again. Mustangs will fight back. They will, honest. Dean Malenko there. Then the Tommy Dreamer has a dream, man of the people. And then Tommy Dreamer in the opening match. Again, 59 minutes. What have I miscalculated here? You need to be 6 minutes. There we go. Segment booked. 60 minutes, 70% matches. Booking analysis. We're using we've not done a storyline advance. We didn't have a TV title storyline, did we? Let's just advance a storyline with this one. Where are we? Can't find the advanced storyline button. Where is it? Advance storyline button. Where? There we go. We'll do tag titles. That's how little I care about the storylines. I just have them to tick the box in game. We've gone green finally. Yay! Okay, final taping of the night. It's a long one. 34 for Dreamer against Duncombe. Not bad. The Tommy Hawk, not the Justin Hawk, gets the victory. Duncombe's still rusty. 39 for Dreamer isn't as good as Malenko's 70 earlier in the night. But a 34 gets the crowd going nicely. 99 in attendance for the massive TV taping tonight. Dreamer, man of the people, knows that he's fallen short on every chance, but he has a dream of one day becoming a champion. He is a dreamer, after all. Maybe he needs to find a partner to look for the tag team division and look for tag team gold, maybe. Let's see if that's something I remember to do going forward. A 47, though. Dreamer puts in a solid promo. He's not bad on that at all. Crowd still white hot. Next up, Dean Malenko, match of the night once again. Gets a 57 out of Bradshaw. Bradshaw puts in a 30. Malenko just keeps improving his in-ring performance, match on match. 74. This one didn't have a positive chemistry note, but still, 57 overall. He's not bad at all. Dean Malenko racking up the wins. He'll be challenging for the TV title soon. Duncombe Jr. was terrible without a script, but Bradshaw held it together. After both men have lost, Justin Hawke announces that he and Bobby Duncombe will be back into the tag team division because they are a tag team at heart. So this little singles foray ain't continuing. It was just because, well, we needed warm bodies in the TV taping and they were going to have a tag match anyway, so might as well use them. Excellent. 28. Moving on to the main event, which is the best match for Angus King of the night to end it. Of 50 is cracking. Booker T puts in a very, very strong performance, but Angus King gets another victory. The King of Television retains his title for the 4th time in 14 minutes, a 50 rating, and then afterwards he wants to know who is next as he defends the TV title and closes the show with a masterful job of improvising and a 59. Best show of the night, I think that one, 46. Should increase our popularity in 8 regions. I don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. Finance-wise, loads of money lost. Loads of money lost. Never mind. It's been an expensive month. Let's put it that way. An expensive month. But next month in June, we should only have 1 show and 1 TV taping if I've calculated things properly. So it's not going to be as painful as this. Popularity recap, up. Generally, not up in the southeast though, because we're too high in that already. Everywhere else going up nicely. Midwest up to 6, Tri-State up to 16, Southwest up to 5, Puerto Rico and Hawaii up to 1 finally as well, which is job done. Right, post-show complete. Let's see what the finances are for March. Spoiler, bad. We've lost a lot of money. But we are learning how to go with the TV tapings and how many shows we need to have throughout a month for it to be anything decent whatsoever. But there we go. March. This is because it's the end of the month. There we go. Right, TV. No news. Sorry. Southeast. We finished 4th. First out of 4, which is good. Viewing figures for week number 5 are in, and they got 6,000. Excellent. But yeah, we'll get a nice boost for the attendance next show, or next month, rather. Finance-wise, we lost half of our money. So if we keep going at this rate, we'll be bankrupt by the end of June. By the end of April. I can't even count what month we're in. But you've got to remember, those one-off production costs, upgrade costs, will have gone. So that's 1,500 back. We will not be running as many shows in June as well. So that's 4 shows we've ran in March, 3 TV tapings. It's quite a lot. Hopefully that won't be as bad next time around. Marketing budget's gone up as well. But sponsorships come in at nearly $7,000. That'll only keep growing. Merchandise up to over $1,000 as well. That'll keep growing. Ticket sales $5,000. That's more than, well, nearly double the month before, which is excellent. So we are not doing too bad, essentially. Scotty the Body's got big morale problems because we're not using him as much, but we'll have to figure out. I can't scroll down quick enough. There we go. He's the only one with really bad morale problems. I did also start negotiations with Anthony Durant and Gary Wolfe again on the basis of a comment from one of the earlier videos. So we'll be bringing those in hopefully quite soon, just to put more bodies in the tag team division. We've got quite a few tag teams now. I should really have done this on the tag team screen, but the loading screen will get us there quicker. But we've got quite a few tag teams now. Obviously, Ebony Experience at the top of the pile, but they're also really good hands to stick into the TV title picture as well, as you will have seen. So there's that to worry about going forward. But next TV taping, which will be in the next episode because I booked far too many shows for this episode already, we'll have Dean Malenko challenging Angus King for the TV title. And maybe we will change the champion already, but we'll see. So Anthony Durant is signed. Gary Wolfe will probably sign tomorrow, but that means they will not be available for this first show of the month. So we've got Legacy tonight, and then the next TV taping. If we look here, so Legacy, we can't. Oh, Joe Kazana's not going to be here. But Unleashed will happen at the end of April. So that next TV taping will be the beginning of next episode, and we'll do 4 more shows there, and then we'll get High Voltage. So that's actually a good balance, having 1 TV taping and 1 event going forward. And then by then we'll have nearly run out of broadcasting deal, which is ridiculous already. So it expires at the end of May for everything. But we'll definitely continue the events broadcasting deal, and we'll see what we can do going forward. So is this So this is coverage in any way. We'll negotiate. Yeah. So we. There was a comment saying I should get more than one broadcaster, but I believe, am I correct? I should check this really. Are we exclusive? Yeah, so they are exclusive in all regions that they cover, so we can't, because no one else will deal with us who don't already cover the regions that we've got coverage in, if that makes sense. So it's a non-starter at this point, obviously. But going forward, it's something we could potentially look at. Right, let's go. I could give a load of people the night off, but I'm not going to. Ticket pricing is still very cheap. There's a potential that I change that going forward, not for tonight, obviously. But now we're running more shows and getting more coverage. We should be able to get more popularity gains without having very cheap tickets, but we shall see. Tonight, we won't be at Full Sail. We're expecting 423 fans in attendance for Legacy. We'll go with a generic venue once again, because that's what we like to use. We'll obviously use the syndication deal again, get some good coverage. It's a new month, so we should get a nice boost in our popularity. Yes. Booking team-wise, we've got some stored creative energy. We'll use a finish there, and it's a safe bet. We might use that in tonight's main event. I can't even remember what we've got. Because I've been too busy trying to speed book TV tapings, I've kind of forgot what we've got booked for tonight at Legacy. Character idea, big gamble. We'll use that one on Joker's Honor. We always do. Locker room incidents. Dean Malenko passing on psychology tips to the master of 1,000 holds, Matt Hardy. He's also been training 13 people backstage. Jeff Jarrett's been hanging out with Jeff Hardy backstage. Is that going to be good, positive for Hardy? Who knows? Johnny Grunge, free drinks, nice. And Scotty the Body is probably going to be walking out soon because he's missed a scheduled meeting with Dave Hebner, who's fined him. Nothing noteworthy happened. Right, move on. Let's go. So we've got Jeff Jarrett defending the title against Brian Lee. Robbie V is back in action after losing his title despite not losing the match. And the Ebony Experience will be defending against the Texas Outlaws. Right. Was that one a post-show, a post-match angle? No, I don't think it was. Right, so we'll drop that main event in first. Brian Lee's not available. Oh no! Brian Lee's not available. Right, we want some faces who aren't booked. Excellent. Right, no, we want... Okay, let's put in the other matches first. We're going to have to do that last. Right, add that to booking sheet, yes. Robbie V will fight back as well against the Night Stalker. Yeah, and then we'll have the Ebony Experience in the opener. Right, so now we will have to add this to booking sheet and then change this up. So faces who haven't been booked. Right. Do we just drop D. Malenko in? That's the question I want to know. He's always a solid hand. He's racking up the victories for the TV title. Yeah, we'll do it. We'll drop him in. He's a last-minute replacement. Well, yeah. Go for it. Oh, no, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. We don't mind. How long have we got left to put on the show? Oh, we've got loads of time left. We need to add another match, don't we? So you can go to here, and then we'll add in a final match. Maybe a tag match. Let's drop in a tag match. Who have we got? Tag team-wise. We want to give the Hardy Brothers another victory, and we'll drop them in against a couple of heels. Ace, Brown, D'Lo. Are we down with the Brown? No. I've already got him there, right? And Chris Candido. We'll go. Yeah, we'll do that. D'Lo and Candido. You kind of rhyme. We'll do that. Hardy Brothers can win. Nice. Jeff Hardy can get the victory today, and we'll make it a scripted because they'll complain that they aren't good enough to call it in the ring just yet. But that is a nice opener, and we're ready to go. Our booking analysis is just because we haven't got the Brian Lee match on there, and we need this one actually to be a storyteller. There we go, storytelling match, and we will get into it. Right, let's hopefully see how many people got in attendance. I'm hoping for 425. It is 432, even better. Right, opening contest, Hardy Brothers once again. Victory over Ace Brown and Chris Candido with a Omega event from Hardy on Brown to get the victory. 29 for both men in the Hardy team, 33 for Candido. D'Lo drops a 19, which isn't great, but not bad. Hot and rising crowd, 33 segment rating. Good start to the show. I'm happy with that. Obviously, the Hardys have got chemistry and tag team specialist bonuses and all sorts. But we move on to our tag team title match. Shanghai Pierce was off his game. But still putting a 44, still better than Stevie Ray's 43. Tex Slazenger with a 50, but it was not enough as the Ebony Experience with the Towering Inferno make their second defence of the tag titles. You kind of already saw it coming because they're defending it on TV next week. But it's nice to see this one. A 45 gets a good job done in this tag team title match. Excellent stuff. Moving on, Robbie V didn't do very well without script to follow. But after losing his title, despite not being pinned or not being submitted or anything like that, he isn't feeling hard done by now. He does have the fire inside him, though, to regain the title and will fight his way back to the top, but not with a promo like that. Victory, though, over the Night Stalker, who debuted on TV in the TV title tournament and put in some good performances. 47 for RVD. RVD's victory, a 59 in-ring performance. It's really, really good because his popularity is increasing as well. So he is doing well. Night Stalker, solid hand. Glad we brought him in. Good. It's a bad idea to have him called. Why? He's fine. Get over it. I got that note last time and I completely ignored it. Right, Jeff Jarrett is SPW champion again, and he lets everybody know it. He is going to make his first defense of this reign tonight, and he'll keep being champion forever because he is the BEST JARRETT champion. 54. Nice. And we've got Dean Malenko in there because why not? He only got a 57 though. That's a surprise. Dean gets a 74. Jarrett gets a 57. But a 57 rating for the main event. A bit thrown together. Could have been better. Should have been better. But it was fine. Okay, not bad. First defense of his title. Piledriver gets the job done. 54 overall. He's definitely going to win as the... or gets close to winning the regional battle this month. But that's fine. Right, 11 regions increased because of this one. Locker room, no. Finance-wise, we lost only 413 on the show. Ticket sales were $3,000, which is excellent. Covered the worker cost nicely, and covered the show costs as well, pretty close to at least. But that's a good job done. Popularity recap, up to 28 in the Southeast now. 7 for the Great Lakes and New England, 3 for the Northwest. That's good. 20 up to 28. That's a 2 boost. A 2 booster for the Southeast is a cracking performance, size gain, popularity gain. Anyway, right, that is where we are going to end this episode. It's been a hard one to get through with TV tapings. I'm hoping the format is working where we rush through the TV tapings because they're just bang, 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 bang. Big Van Voda's on loan, apparently, to the New Japan. I'm hoping that the format has worked for this episode. Obviously, we booked as many shows as we would do in 9 months, basically, or at least 6 months. So it's been a lot to get through show-wise. I'm hoping the runtime of the episode isn't too bad. Killer Kyle's left because of his broken neck. And we've got nearly 7,000 viewers for Legacy, which is great. We'll end it with a quick recap of the championship situation. Jeff Jarrett, heavyweight champion. Obviously, the King of Combat was won in November. That'll happen again in November. Tag champs are Booker T and Stevie Ray. It's like we're back at the beginning of the series because they are our inaugural champions for both titles. And then the TV champion is Angus King, our lovely new TV title belt there as well. Right, I think we're about done. Let's have a look at the size before we go. 28 in the Southeast. The spillover is working nicely everywhere. Canada-wise, Mexico and British Isles and Japan were all at 1 as well. But there we go. That is the way we're going to end the show. I hope you've enjoyed it. Get yourself over to the Patreon if you want to play this save as well. I'll put up the January 1995 save game, or I will do at some point very soon. So if you want to get involved with that, please do so. Get subscribed over on Patreon. Make sure you subscribe to the channel here on YouTube as well. We're growing nicely, getting lots and lots of great comments as well on each and every video. So if you haven't already, get commenting down below on this one. Make sure you like the video as well. Check out the other videos on this playlist and the WCW 2000 playlist. And I'll see you in a couple of days for the next installment of Local to Global. Thanks a lot for watching. Whew. Over and out.